the thing is like I say to you, you're so sweet, and it's like, who am I even speaking to? Like, so it's like you're walking along and then someone says, oh, you're so sweet, and then you're like, is that the colour I am? Like, when with the ego, it always thinks it knows what it is, but when you're resting in your true self, how the hell do you know what you are? Like, what are you? So if someone says to you, you're sweet, if someone says to you, you're bad, like, what is there in that moment? And again, some people would see that as a negative thing, like not knowing who they are. To not know who you are is absolute freedom. It's fear as well, like in the sense of the person. Like, to be here, to be with people, to be in an environment and not know the difference between you and the tree, or you and the dog, or you and the words. Like, such openness, such vulnerability, and the body like tries to push it out, like, oh no, I must be something. It tries to push out everything. It tries to push out this intimacy because it feels like it has to be something to survive. Otherwise, like, we're in Lapland here. We're in like this land that's made for ourselves, by ourselves, and everything is us. We're in heaven. And I know that like, but that you think that's where you want to be, but it's not where the person wants to be. The person wants to remain in the body, and the person wants to remain as a thing, and the person wants to remain having certain things in a certain life. It doesn't want the weirdness of being everything right now. Like, it's so freaking weird. It is like a drug trip. It is like, it has similarities to being on acid, to being stoned. You're so intimate with everything, and everything's gone. It's gone. It's gone. There's nothing there. Who are we even speaking to now? Like, gone. There is nothing that's real and permanent and staying. And then when you're born naturally open to this, when you're born a yogi, like, you're born into a society that's saying, you're wrong, you must be something. Benny, this way. You must be something. You must have form. You can't be weird. You must stay inside this body. You're this body, and you're like 45 years old, and you're a serious person with a briefcase. Like, rather than like this stoner that's just walking around not knowing who they are, what they are, and not fearing this unknown. And so many people, but particularly you, are born yogis, like so open. So open. I really feel like people with neurodiversity or with autism, like, they're yogis, but then they get trained, they're bad and they're wrong in this society. Like, you must be something. Like this tree, like, look at this fat boy. Like, this tree, it doesn't have an idea of what it is. It's sitting there trying to think a story to stay in its edges. It's not anything. It's not a tree. It's not form. It's not bark. It's not good or it's not bad. Overwhelmed, yeah. Feeling overwhelmed.
You said something
Yeah,
about
like
dying.
about dying, yeah. So, like, we're going to just use Nisargadatta's words, like awareness and consciousness. So, when there is this expansion into the awareness, like really merging into everything, like sometimes, especially if you're autistic, like that can feel overwhelming. So a lot of autistic people report back that they feel overwhelmed by all the senses, by everything. And I feel like that is because they're naturally expanding, and they interpret that as overwhelming, that this is overwhelming. But it's only overwhelming to you. So it's like the you is trying to contain something, the you is trying to keep an experience inside. And so as you expand, so with the autism, like your attention like goes everywhere, and as you're in that everywhereness, then that person is trying to like resist and pull in and be something for everybody. And to that person it feels overwhelming, right? To that person it feels overwhelming. Like because it's trying to hold on, it's like trying to stay in form, like I've got to be someone for something. I can see it with autistic kids often, like they can't understand how everyone else is being something. They're trying to work out how to be something, and then what happens if they don't? They begin to expand, and then they're like, ah! And then I notice, like with autistic people particularly, then they go into like situations like supermarkets or highly stimulating places, and they're in this resistance, they're trying to pull themselves in. But what happens if you go the other way and you just let it overwhelm you and totally consume you? What would happen? I could be wrong in the end, like autism is something very complex, but just from knowing it intimately and coming from a neurologically diverse family, like it feels so similar, like so similar. You could try going over there. Come on, there you go. Right now, there is so much happening. If the person tries to hold on to that in any way, it's always in this conflict. Like it's trying to remain something, and it's like, just let yourself go into everything. But if you do that, if you really let yourself go into it, then there is inevitably the facing death, the death of you. Like it's so big. What we are is so big. It's enormous. It's creator of all, everything. It's the biggest thing here.